With the Trump regime expecting massively negative economic consequences as a result of their economic policies, Trump's nominee for the Bureau of Labor Statistics, E.J. Antoni, has suggested that he may just, axe the monthly jobs report altogether, at least for now. Now, he had went on Fox News to say, and this was earlier this month, August 4th, how on earth are businesses supposed to plan, or how is the Fed supposed to conduct monetary policy when they don't know how many jobs are being added or lost in our economy? It is a serious problem that needs to be fixed immediately. But wait a minute. That's what the whole jobs report does. It shows how many jobs are added or lost. He further went on to say, quote, until it is corrected, the BLS should suspend issuing monthly job reports. Okay. Major decision makers from Wall Street to DC rely on these numbers, and a lack of confidence in the data has far-reaching consequences. You know who only has a lack of confidence in the data? Trump. Because the job numbers were not great. Look, the last head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics was fired by Trump because of a string of very poor jobs reports that showed us gaining a lot less jobs than he was hoping for. In fact, look, the job reports accurately illustrated how badly Trump is ruining the economy. Okay, it's not good. Inflation is up, unemployment's up, wages, yes, they went up slightly, but are going to be offset by Trump's import taxes, and already are, actually. Companies are actually slashing jobs. In fact, about 65,000 jobs were cut in July. That's the biggest decrease since 2020. And we all know what happened in that year. Okay, so Trump's not doing very well on the economy. Okay, but apparently his lackeys are all chalking it up to bad data. They're just making Donald Trump look bad by actually, giving accurate data. Now, of course, U.S. chief economist Joe Bruzelis told Axios, quote, that would be a serious mistake in my estimation, getting rid of this jobs reports, and it would only fuel critiques of a politicization of job market data and likely result in volatility across asset classes. So basically, that's simply, simplified, meaning no business is going to trust that anymore. The business community is going to trust that anymore. And so can't really make hiring decisions or firing decisions or accurate decisions whatsoever, because we're not going to be able to trust the jobs data because Donald Trump didn't trust the job data before because it made him look bad. Jeez. Now, Bruzelis also told Axios, quote, one gets the sense that comments like that are going to cause U.S. senators to question his wisdom, qualifications, and suitability for the job. Yes, probably. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because J.D. Vance is probably going to do a tiebreaker vote. It's going to be all on party lines. Okay? And that's the reality. That's the reality. Now, another question of this guy's qualifications and suitability is the fact that this guy was the Heritage Foundation's chief economist. And I think right there, that reason alone should immediately invalidate his qualifications. Period. Now, if that's not enough, by the way, critics have also pointed out that in an October 2024 paper, Antoni claimed that the U.S. had been in a recession for 2 years, since 2022. A recession. Wait a minute. That was basically the job bounce back, the economic bounce back that was happening under Biden. Now, I've been a critic, by the way, of a lot of that stuff. Okay. But at the same time, you can't argue that things were better. We're getting better. We're in the process of getting better. We were not in a recession. Okay. We were not a recession at all. And that's just one of the issues, by the way, with him. Okay. Because if you're not convinced that he's a bad choice for the job, well, here's his thoughts on Social Security.
The idea that Social Security can go on forever is just a mathematical fiction. It simply can't. What you need to do is have some kind of transition program where, unfortunately, you'll need a generation of people who pay Social Security taxes but never actually receive any of those benefits. And that sounds harsh, but unfortunately, that's the price to pay for unwinding a Ponzi scheme that was foisted on the American people by the Democrats in the 1930s.
Okay, so for one, Social Security, not a Ponzi scheme, okay? And number two, he just wants people to pay into it and not get any benefits back. That's horrifying. What you could do, because I know that there is an issue with the trust fund running out, which means in 2030 or 2032, I'm not sure of the year anymore because of the changes from Trump's tax law, but basically, the trust fund will run out and then benefits will be only paid. About 80% of benefits will continue to be paid. Now, there is a way to shore up Social Security. How? Lifting the cap on what rich people pay into that system. Do that and we'll be solvent forever. Okay. But that would involve rich people paying more. And they don't want to do that. Okay. No, here's the thing. The plan that people like this and the Heritage Foundation have for Social Security is to privatize it, to basically hand it over to Wall Street and crypto bros. That's really it. And if they crash the market, which they seem to do with frightening regularity, well, there goes your retirement. Oh, what retirement? You're out there eating cat food in a box somewhere. That's really it. That's what retirement before Social Security looked like. And Republicans are bringing it back. They're bringing it back. Look, getting back to Trump, though, what he wants to do is to get rid of any reports that are not flattering to him, obviously. And that's what dictators do. They restrict information from the public that is not politically correct. That's what this is. If you were against PC culture, political correctness, like all these Republicans claim to have been against, this is an example of actual political correctness. Not releasing these jobs reports because they look bad for dictator in chief, that's political correctness right there. Okay. And again, the fact that he admits that, yeah, I would like to axe these monthly reports until they figure out a way to fudge the numbers to make Trump look good, which I think that is their plan. Well, it tells you everything you need to know about who they are. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you become a member on our YouTube page, you become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.